Alrighty. Good morning, Twitch. My name's Alloway, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online, what I'm calling Season 2, Episode 2. And as I said yesterday, we are going to jump right in and try to bang out two of these doors in the Scholarium. Oh boy.
The Fable of the Dragon. This one's going to be a puzzler, my friend. The path to master scribing seems to be a winding one, eh? Fable upon fable. Except, I know I've heard the story of Nisby before, and when I paged through earlier, it seemed off. Missing something. Not quite right. It stood out because we found copies of the Fable of the Dragon all over the library. We couldn't tell which one was Ulfsild's annotated copy because, well, that's your thing. However, we did find an echo. I think it's about the dragon, but I could be wrong. I love puzzles, but Ulfsild's echo said some pretty cryptic stuff. It's in the first room straight ahead as soon as you enter the East Wing. Just let me know if I can be any help. The others and I are trying to look at the Fable of the Dragon the way you do. You know, deciphering locations from the text, in case you need our help. It started a few arguments, but I don't mind. Helps that I like the work. I love them. Julian hates them. Laren seems indifferent, and Nard says he likes them, but I think he was just trying to be nice. How do you feel about them? Do you like riddles? You seem the type. Even still, if you need my help or just want to talk some ideas over, come find me. From everything I've read so far, the dragon loves riddles the way the ones in the stories love gold.
Okay. Activate the seal of the dragon. Oh, and while I was off camera on one of my other tunes, as my guild calls them, alternate character, I did some gold pursuits, passed some gold to this character, and bought all the grimoires outright. So.
On the path to ally with the dragon, you must choose your words carefully. If she asks if you are my inheritor, do not agree or disagree. Insist upon taking her trial. Then, seek my annotated fable as the meeting of many paths. A room full of doors with no hinges.
Well, talk about cryptic.
You listened to the echo? I think she's talking about the portal room, but we searched it 3 times over. There's no fable in there. The antechamber to the main hall is a portal room, not just because it's convenient, but because it was easy. I could sense spell hooks aplenty in that room, dating back to Ulfsild's era. They used that chamber for the exact same purpose. Be good at what you do, my mother always used to say. Even if it's not your calling. Hang on, I didn't think about Ulfsild's lens. Maybe the book's hidden in there and you're the only one who could see it. I bet that's it. Go find out.
Forgive me. Gotta turn on my fan. Temperature went down, but it's still enough for me to work up a sweat just sitting in this room. Hope the fan doesn't drone too much. Well, no wonder if I'm lucky enough for the stuff to be in the, just be highlighted.
If you see a pawn shop, give a shout. I want to get a gift for Aurelia.
Oh, this is gonna suck. There's a reason why I feel like I want to clean up my logs and do things differently this season. Because quests like these would help a lot if you had, well, if I had more way shrines or locations discovered.
Where are we going?
But I have to make do.
Another find for your pack.
Which reminds me, do I still need to gather shit for this pursuit? Let's see. Complete the quest. Harvest resources and whatnot. Okay. I guess this is an out of bounds zone, okay. God, I can't wait to explore this zone. Legitimately.
What do you think we'll find around the next corner?
Okay.
When I was a kid, on cold nights, I used to curl up by the fire in the Castle Navir main hall. I'd sit there with a book and fall asleep over the pages.
Alright.
Simpler times, eh?
I figure as much. They reused a lot of the, locations.
Send Darcy you safely to your rest.
Yeah, they reuse a lot of locations, I guess for simplicity's sake, or maybe because it makes sense having to go through all these places would suck over and over again. Well, having to hit different delves. Like I said, it wouldn't be so bad, I think, if you've been playing this game since its inception. I don't know if Cadwell Silver was always a thing, but it makes sense. You clear all of these zones are base game zones, so you clear everything. Then for DLCs they might make you backtrack through here, but it isn't the worst thing in the world, because ideally you have all your way shrines and you have all these locations discovered on the map already, so you know exactly where you're going. Oh joy. I guess I'm just gonna wander around and look for more wards to dispel. In reality, this quest is actually relatively short, if you don't count the fact that you have to just keep traveling back and forth. Oops. Like I said, I can see why a lot of folk were upset that you had to repeat this several times on every character. Or, I remember some musings back when this DLC first came out that supposedly ZeniMax had made like a false promise of, so that we wouldn't have to deal with,
Stendar seems safer to your rest.
we wouldn't necessarily have to repeat so many things, because I've got a shitload of characters. One for each class, essentially. And the thought of having to redo some of these things over and over again, I don't like. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things I do like doing. I like hanging out with, what's her name? I forget her name. Vampire elf lady. In that one prologue for the Ravenwatch Inquiry. Was that I can't remember her name for the life of me. Or I actually didn't mind some of the quests where I was hanging out with Lyris Titanborn. But so doing those over and over again aren't so bad. I mean, yeah, I gotta warp around and jump around and get lost because the quest marker is a little iffy. Because they won't point you towards the objective. They'll be pointing you towards warp points that can help you connect to that zone, which means a lot of boat swayings. And sometimes that should lead to the DLC zones that you can't actually access if you're not an ESO Plus member. Or have the subsequent DLCs. Which was confusing in the beginning. But in the end, it's not the worst thing in the world. Then there's some shit that I would definitely dislike doing again and again. And that being, honestly, this is probably one of those things I don't like doing. What was the second one? Okay. Yeah, my problem is not having any access to these zones. I've not done any exploration, so I don't know. Makes me wonder if I can cheat the system a little bit. Nope, go figure. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend like I actually know this zone. Somewhere around here is a...
Ah, Yoshiro. Noble traveler. I'm glad you have found me.
That ain't it. It might be wiser and more time efficient to just grab my phone and just start looking. Okay. Alright, fine. I guess I'll go talk to the people. First I gotta go to Ivea.
You're on the path to meet the dragon. This luminary was a real challenge for Ulfsild, and might prove the same for you. Just remember to breathe deeply and stay calm. That's what she told herself the first time through. The monastery Dokrin can be found southwest of Grand Ka on a crescent moon of water. I don't wish to reveal any more. Ulfsild put her thoughts down plain enough. Have faith in your own cleverness. Good luck.
Oh, I mean, I can figure out where everything is if I had a reference point to begin with. My problem is I don't have the zone fully unlocked, so I don't have much of an option here.
I won't lie. I was envious that you had first rights to exploring this place with Nalia, to restoring the altar, especially after seeing how much she's opened up with you around. Now that I know it involves riddles, not so much. There's a village called Willow Grove in the south of Reaper's March. As you can imagine, it's near a large grove of willows. I don't really care for riddles, but Nalia said she could use the help. And that's the best I can figure. I don't know. Probably not in the village itself. Aren't there caves everywhere? You're headed there anyway. Maybe find a viewpoint and have a look around.
Alright, and we're off. Like I said, I'm gonna regret doing this way. Oh, not really much of a regret. My, I know it's gonna be a lot harder because I didn't clean up the original zones.
What happens next is up to you, be it griffin, netch, or dragon. We've gathered the fables in the main hall. If you have any questions, let me know. Except for what's beyond the unmarked door. Can I see the annotations? Here, Kaj Rorith. That's an old ruin site in northwestern Reaper's March. Fort Grimwatch is built over it now. And the bit about the door at the end. Did you notice that riddle went unsolved in the fable? No, don't tell me, I want to guess. What has a wide mouth, yet never speaks with its own voice? It's a well, right? Because when you speak into a well, it speaks back in an echo. Then I suppose we're both right. Perhaps there's a few potential answers these riddles could have. Though for your sake, hopefully not. Good luck out there.
Okay. Here's hoping my map will be labeled with locations now, because, like I said, I have absolutely no idea where any of these points are. It will help when I eventually make it to Reaper's March. Actually, come to think of it, where does this quest take me? Not green shade. Territory of big ass insects.
We're in this together.
Good quality there. Take no pleasure in killing, but I'm glad we're alive and they're not.
God, am I glad to have the Blade of Woe at times like that. It's not, it doesn't really help out that much when you're not doing a Dark Brotherhood questline, but being able to instantly sneak up on the target and take it out of a fight, mostly mostly time saving, not necessarily anything beneficial, considering how easy it is to wipe out targets. I figured I was going to be in a place I had no way shrines discovered.
I'm with you. That could be helpful.
I've got so many special actions on my account. I should really consider putting one on.
Shining steel.
Take the road less traveled. Standing stone over here. It's not what I'm after though.
Looking forward to seeing what you
Over
make of
here!
that.
Soldier, we're over here!
Damn it. Spacing out because I'm exhausted.
You've got the reins. I hope I was of some assistance.
Okay. Maybe I should have opted for another cup of coffee instead of just alcohol in my
Get off
system.
my feet. To battle! You are just another riddle to be solved.
Let us dispense with pleasantries. You are here to master scribing, to amplify the power of the altar and walk in the footsteps of the Archmagus Ulfsild. In short, her inheritor. Do I have that right? Fascinating. I sense the power of the Indrik about you, so clearly you're here seeking my approval. In a way, that's acting as Ulfsild's inheritor. Can we at least agree on that? Very well. Have it your way. Inheritor or not, we'll have ample opportunity to see what kind of mind you have in there. Place my fable upon the dais to connect my wing to the Scalarium once more.
Should not be sitting down or laying the way I am. I'm gonna doze off. It's gonna be a shitty stream.
We rejoin the Scalarium as mortal. It's been some time since I had the pleasure of real conversation. I may have begun this relationship on the wrong wing. What do you say we begin again? I am the dragon, a being of purest magic, intellectual and enjoyer of riddles. I am endlessly fascinated by the world inside the mind, the universe within. And what are riddles but a shift in perspective? Even the smallest question can lead to an entirely new worldview, if asked at the right time. I want to see if you have a mind for riddles. I've written a series that will whet your appetite for greater challenges to come. If you can decipher all of them, oh, well done. But you need only complete those which most appeal to you. Ulfsild struggled with my puzzles alone. It was her choice, but it made her miserable. You, mortal, are welcome to confer with others to solve these riddles. Ulfsild's inheritor or not, this will be fascinating to watch. Good luck.
Ah, shit.
Mortal, I want to see if you have a mind. Ulfsild, which riddles will you solve? Which ones will you seek help to solve? Choices made are so instructive, so revealing. Don't you agree?
The thought of doing this again on my Arcanus is
allies tell you the answers, you'll still need to complete the tasks yourself.
I think one of them was to play a tribute, if I remember correctly.
How go your dealings with the dragon? Any more riddles to solve? Interesting. Not quite what I expected. The riddle of the hunt here sounds like she wants you to slay beasts and monsters in Reaper's March. It's similar to the riddle of the battle, except that's more specific. The riddle of the battle has you slaying not just monsters, but the strongest foes in all of Reaper's March. You may not want to face them alone, but that's up to you.
Sounds like world bosses.
Oh, no. You're going to ask me to help you with whatever that is you're holding there, aren't you? It's not a riddle, is it? Ah, let me see. Huh. The riddle of the game. Prestige and patron's love. That sounds like you need to beat someone in a Tales of Tribute match. And before you ask, no, I don't have time for one. Not that you'd beat me anyway.
Makes me wonder if I gotta beat a player or an NPC will count.
You know, I'd like to find a way to help out around here. Everyone's got their assignments and they're all just telling me to stay out of the way. I do that well enough, but I'd like to do more. Delightful. This riddle of war here, that must be Cyrodiil. I interpret this to mean you're hunting treasures in Haynote Cave, Cracked Wood Cave, and Toadstool Hollow.
The dragon's challenges were particularly taxing for Ulfsild. I hope you're not losing too many feathers dealing with her. Interesting. I wonder why she didn't recommend the same to Ulfsild. The Riddle of the Moon. You may remember Jokrin Monastery from the fable. A unique flower blooms there. I believe that's what you're meant to collect.
Nali has opened up quite a lot recently. I can't tell if it's because of the riddles, the work in the Scholarium at large, or because of you. Whatever the reason, I'm glad to see her in such high spirits. What can I do for you? Happy to. Riddle of the Rich seems straightforward. You're looking for special treasures in the major settlements in Reaper's March? Lucky for you, there are only 3 major settlements in the March. Rorkar, Arenthia, and Dune.
Well, when I'm pressed for time, I always do the sensible thing. To the tribute table! I'm gonna be mad if I legitimately have to face a player and not like another, not an NPC. That would suck. A lot.
I'm bound for Royster's Club glory, and you, darling, are bound for defeat. Let's get to it.
Oh, I should have bought that card. Why didn't I do that? I had the coin spare. Let's just do it again. I should really do something about that. I could set myself up for a patron win right now if I wanted to. I hope I read that right. Oh, I wanted that. And even with all of that, I still don't have enough power to actually do anything. Okay. I don't have the energy to use that, do I? No, I don't. Was it 40 that they had to catch up to? Yes, it was. Well, that probably took longer than it should have, but finish that. Now.
Will the High Elves build our embassy even uglier than theirs? But no, this one shouldn't complain.
Ember the Sorcerer, reporting for duty. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Can't wait till I have to do the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood again. Makes it that much easier to steal while there's nobody here.
Treasure? What new tale will we tell? I do believe we're good at this.
Ironically, this character probably has all the sky shards I need to make her powerful, to get all my crafting writ skills.
Ah, monsieur. Noble trap.
I might go set that up off camera as well.
I'm with you, my friend.
Oh, nice. What did you find? Another find for your pack.
You know what? Before I forget about it, even though this is going to eat up more time, mining. Spent a lot of time, effort, and crowns getting all of these. You know, for a character that I have that does AoE damage, I don't have a whole lot of AoE.
That could be helpful.
Nearest way shrine's that way.
Echoes of your success precede you. Your choices, the riddles you sought solutions to, were quite instructive. Gave me an intriguing peek within your mind. Well done. Now, for a real challenge. If I am to lend my power to the altar, you must understand my thoughts as well. Riddles are a way to explore the way another creature thinks. A stone thrown into the pool of thought. That is your task. The challenge I put before you. Throw a stone. Construct a clever, devious riddle. Exclusively for me. A shrewdly impossible riddle. One I cannot solve. And yes, the riddle must have an answer. You must understand me, how I think, so that you might craft a riddle I cannot unmake. I've already given you clues, but while Ulfsild toiled alone, that was her choice, one that spoke volumes. You should reach out to your knight, consult with the crow, whatever you must to achieve the task I've put before you. With your allies at your side, Seek understanding of my mind. Craft a riddle that will confound my thinking and ensure your success.
I've been dying to ask you about your trial. Please tell me the dragon gave you some sort of riddle to solve. I'm right here if you need me. Amazing, just like the fable. And do you remember when I said I thought part of it was missing? I think that was the missing piece. The dragon in the story asks Misby to come up with a riddle so clever, not even the gods could guess it. It's been years since I read it. I just can't remember. Wait, that's right. I didn't read it, I heard it. A Bandari trader, this old Jakajit that came through our village. No wonder none of the others here remembered wise Misby. A fantastic idea. Maybe it's transcribed somewhere. Let me ask around and see what I can find. In the meantime, you should talk to the crow. Ulfsild crafted an impossible riddle too, didn't she? I bet the crow could tell you how she managed hers.
Even though the quest tells me to go this way, the bird perches on that side of the freaking altar. So I'm being speed running.
That look on your face. The dragon gave you her trial, didn't she? She asked you to craft a riddle she can't solve. Just to warn you, there's no way the dragon will accept Ulfsild's riddle as your own. But I'm sure it would help to see the approach she took. Ulfsild left behind a number of notes. The dragon's trial was one that truly challenged her. And that's excellent. I'd go looking for a focal point near the echo you accessed earlier. If I know Ulfsild, and I do, she'd have made sure her notes were somewhere nearby. I'll send Nalia your way if she comes looking for you.
Hearing this, it means you found my false book. Cleverly done. And I'm glad to see you're putting the true sight lens to good use, even if I'm not literally there to see it. When the dragon gave me her trial, I was in the midst of research on the origins of the luminaries. These ideas mingled in ways I couldn't imagine. Answer a riddle, so I cannot hear what you say. What can you give and receive, but never borrow? Whatever your answer was, it was just one of many that might solve that simple question. I, in turn, might have said gratitude or affection. It's important that you learn from my mistakes before attempting to craft your riddle. I left behind notes on my process at Doval Shrine and elsewhere. Hopefully, they're still there, in a storage room behind the Dragon Guard training fortress. After all, what better place to hide something from a dragon? May the lens be your guide.
Adventurer! I found you!
Here I was hoping I wouldn't have to go anywhere.
And here I was worried I'd be finding you at a dead end. What did Ulfsild's echo have to say? Wow, that's a long way from here. If you're up for it, how about I create a portal for us and come along? I can open the way for you if the trail leads somewhere else. I really do. Look, I know you can handle yourself even without a Knight of the Lamp. I'll focus on research and support. But this trial is fascinating. And if I can be of service, then... well, that's why I took up with the Order in the first place. So beautiful. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you. Laren would kill me if I didn't take a few rubbings before we leave.
And of course I gotta go the long way around. Can't mount up. Have no sense of no sprint speed though. Well, I'm just gonna blunder through that shit. Some Skyrim shit where I can just bunny hop. Ouch. I have a few ideas of what I want to do when I finally unlock scribing on the character. Was that a waste of an ultimate? Probably.
That's the end of that tale.
Makes me wonder if I had done some of the prerequisites, would these guys still be attacking me?
Climbed up here. Full plate armor on. Huge mistake. Looks like you found something at least. Listen, I climbed plenty of trees back home, and I'm nothing if not committed. Let's not talk about it. Did you find Ulfsild's notes? Let me see. The luminaries all have different opinions on where they came from. They started arguing, and to keep peace, she decided to try a different riddle. So she left her thinking... Wait, really? Sunamir, the study, the ruins where you and I met. That was Ulfsild's study. If she has any notes on what she did next, what riddles she ended up giving the dragon, I bet they're at Sunamir. One portal to Ulfsild's ancient study coming right up. At least we won't have to do any climbing this time. Let's go. Sunamir. I wonder what it means. I never gave it a second thought before. That's right. This portal closed once I brought the others through. That Ulfsild echo is still quiet. Is there anything else hidden around here?
To whomever follows in my footsteps, I leave behind a transcribed copy of Miss B's fable. This should help you on your quest. Look for the last of my notes in the remote holdfast of Paragon's remembrance. And good luck with the dragon.
exactly about Misby. This is so interesting. Sounds like we're off to Paragon's Remembrance in Rothgar. Allow me, adventurer.
Must we keep doing this? I don't have time for this. I'm the one who decided to sit down for a match of tribute, so it's my fault, but...
Not quite the welcome I was expecting. This place must have been very different back in Ulfsild's time. I'll guard your backside. Head in, and I'll be right behind you.
Oh boy.
You don't want to do this!
There you are. Those are her notes. Let's get back to the Scalarium, and we can go over everything we found.
Makes me wonder if I had said I was Ulfsild's inheritor right from Jump Street, and I fucked myself by that way. What happens?
That was certainly an adventure, wasn't it? A jaunt through ancient ruins to craft an unsolvable riddle. Not what I expected when I woke up this morning, but exactly what I needed. What was in her last notes? Anything that will help? Let's see. Ulfsild made a riddle that started a fight among the luminaries. Then she took cues from the Misby fable and tried to craft an impossible paradox. A paradox? Wait, could it be that simple? Ulfsild says here she told the dragon how to recognize her inheritor, but she told you not to say yes when the dragon asked. That's it! Ulfsild set this up for you all those years ago. Your riddle is, am I Ulfsild's inheritor? But that's just it! This riddle is perfect for her mind. She loves puzzles, twisting things around in her head. What's twistier than a paradox? That's it, I think. Go ask the dragon if you're Ulfsild's inheritor and complete that trial. This is what Ulfsild's notes were pointing to. I know it. After everything we've learned about her, I don't think she would have sent you on this tome chase for nothing. I know this is what she wanted you to do. But, just in case, good luck. Keep in mind, this is just what I think happened, all right? Ulfsild knew her days in the Scholarium were limited, so she left behind all these echoes, notes, and fables you found along the way. That worked for the other luminaries, who would test you on their own terms. But, by her own admission, Ulfsild struggled with the Dragon's Trial. She wanted to make sure whoever followed in her footsteps didn't have the same problem. Right. Ulfsild told the dragon signs to watch out for, so she would know for certain you were Ulfsild's inheritor. Then she left behind instructions for you, or someone like you, so you could make sure the dragon wouldn't know where you stood. Exactly. If the dragon says you're Ulfsild's inheritor, she answered your riddle. But you never claimed to be, which, from what Ulfsild told the dragon, means you are. It's a loop the dragon could run forever, the kind of puzzle she loves.
I don't get it.
I have been sitting here mulling what morsel you might lay at my feet, mortal. I honestly hope I am not disappointed. Out with it. What is your riddle? How do you know what Ulfsild told me? Unless you are her inheritor. You never claimed to be. Which, from what the Archmage said, would suggest you are. If you are, then I've definitively answered your riddle. Now, if the question has an answer, you haven't brought me an unsolvable riddle. But then that would mean you aren't her inheritor. And then how would you know what Ulfsild told me? And we're right back where we started. Clever. Very clever. I do. You have a mind for riddles. And even from all those years ago, it's clear Ulfsild wanted you to have my support. I find you worthy of my power. Take my sigil to the altar, inheritor. Or pretender. Whichever you are. Your wisdom and wit have proven your worth. Accept the power of the dragon, mortal. And may you prove clever enough in its use. Your tactics were unconventional, even devious. I loved every...
Did you pass the trial? That look on your face! The riddle did the trick! Congratulations! You can never be certain things will turn out in your favor where dragons are concerned. Even if she's not a traditional dragon. Hey now, this was a team effort. And of course, Ulfsild herself set the stage for our success all those years ago. My usual day is filled with protection, patrols, and portals. This was a nice break from the usual. I'm just grateful I got a chance to help you out. Seeing this ancient library come to life around us. So different than my normal work. And far more fulfilling. Incredible. With the dragon's power amplifying the altar, Who knows what secrets you'll uncover out there in the world? We pulled together, solved her puzzles, and followed fully in Ulfsild's footsteps. Not bad for a night's work.
Like every good story, your tale just grows in the telling.
Now, which one is shorter? I can't remember. I'm gonna go with the Netch, because I'm pretty sure the Griffin has me chasing like a fox through this damn place.
I see you found whatever this is. It's not the Fable of the Netch, as I recall it. I am occasionally fond of the Netch's levity. However, if you are short on patience for playful antics, you may find this a difficult trial. Worth it, I think, on your path to master scribing. A prank, no doubt. The Netch is known for pranks and tricks. It enjoys wandering invisibly, causing mischief and spreading what it considers to be joy. The Netch almost certainly traded out the Scalarium's fable for one of its authorship. I think it likely the Netch will reveal some sign to you. It delights in showing off its cleverness. Nalia and I discovered an echo in the West Wing that should relate to the Netch. I'm sure whatever you learn there will be most instructive. I hope nothing else has been tampered with. There's already so much wrong in the Scalarium. So much that didn't stand the test of time. A vain, jovial, and generous being. It approaches life's solemn moments as an opportunity for new ways to demonstrate its wit and whimsy. The Netch and Ulfsild got along famously well, but I find it to be a little much. It enjoys being the center of attention, its tendrils ever-reaching forevermore. Ruffles my feathers a bit. Its actions will seem enigmatic, even esoteric, but it really does mean well, I think.
Name? Is that a squirrel?
I picked the wrong fucking one.
Hey there! I thought you could use some help tracking down the fable. It seems like this Netch has a very distinct sense of humor. I'm willing to play along for now if you are. The Netch is a trickster, but it's also proud of its wit. Getting the upper hand with someone like that is simple. Flatter them. Reminds me of a Covenant knight I once met who tried all night to get my attention. But that's a story for another day. I think we do just as they did in the fable. Here, allow me. Oh, great and glorious Netch! Your cleverness exceeds us. We beseech your aid in finding your true fable. Guide us to your Netchy bosom. Make our lofty dreams come true! I think it worked. Quick, follow them!
I thought they were all about to scatter in different directions.
Good heavens, I say! Aha! You found it! The true fable! Not as good as my version, of course.
Oh, we're going to frickin' Vardenfell.
Any luck finding the real fable? Let me look. Here, this part about the river settlement. I bet anything that's Bulmera. Lovely place. There's a big river running through the middle of town. Sounds like it was even bigger back when the fable was written.
Something keeps tugging on my robes, like a child playing a game. But no one's there. It's the Netch, isn't it? This blob of yours is testing my patience. Let me see. This bit at the end that mentions Azura's coast. I bet it's referring to Sadrith Mora and Tel Galen. Just plot a course between those two towers, and I bet you'll find the door. That's what you're looking for, right?
Isn't it convenient that all four of them don't just interpret the same thing and get stumped on the same thing?
Well, more tricks? Or did you find the real fable of the Netch? The real fable? Of course. I remember it well. Let's see. There was mention of the Zainab, yes? The ruins you seek are called Nichuleft. Be sure not to fall like the Ashlander in the story. The Netch may not see fit to catch you.
There are so many awe-inspiring creatures whose shape this luminary might have taken. Indrik, dragon, griffin, and yet it's a Netch. It's rather silly, but perhaps that's the entire point. Let's see... Ah! Right at the top here. The Daedric Ruins. I don't know the name, but they're on an island southeast of Voss. If only the place was still full of chickens like the fable says.
Yep, figures. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom before I continue. Ugh. Alright. Okay.
That was it, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell. That was it, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Couldn't they pick a place that wasn't crawling with Daedra?
New tales to tell, huh?
You've got the reins.
And we run across another land.
Get back, fiends!
Don't mind me just drifting off again. Damn it. And the part that sucks is when I finally lay my head down to sleep, I will not drift off. Oh, I vaguely remember this area.
this together.
Damn it, focus. There is a distinct possibility that I'm running in circles. God, my inability to stay awake and keep my attention span is making this that much harder. What happened? I fucking fell off the damn. Get me out of here.
Where are we going?
And this is why they tell you don't drive while you're tired. Because holy shit, how did I go to the wrong way shrine?
I bet I can bang the dents from my armor while we're in town.
Alright, I'm struggling to stay up here. Much as I would like to finish up this quest, I can't do it. Maybe I'll try to finish it before I go to work today, or I'll finish it tomorrow. Or maybe we'll get some action. Or you know what? Where's the doof? Yes. The doof is awake.
I've been awake for a while. I sent you the party back like hours ago.
Yeah, well, you know how streams mute the notifications. Talk to me, Mr. Doof. I'm falling asleep here. I finished the damn dragon. I'm like, I don't want to do the riddle right away, because I think that's a short one. I picked the riddle immediately.
Yeah, the dragon one sucks. It's confusing.
You have worked hard to find me. I know why, of course. I always know why. Confirm for me, please. Ulfsealed is gone, yes? She said that might happen. I hoped she was mistaken. She often was. Well, no Ulfsealed, no problem, not Ulfsealed. You have a naturally buoyant spirit, I can tell. This will be an effervescent experience. Let us begin. Let's open the door to my domain and let some of my beauty, my majesty, into the Scholarium. Place the fable on the dais. Yes, the original fable. Not the new and enhanced version I wrote. That one won't work, unfortunately.
Damn, I was looking forward to reading the Nabal of the Fetch.
You have such a remarkable way of setting books down. Very deliberate. I'm supposed to test you. But tests are weighty, not good for floating. I prefer games. Easier to win and just as easy to prove how clever you are. Oh, listen to me, droning on like the dragon. Anyway, I have some games for us to play. The kind of games that make people feel lighter. Games that show how buoyant life can be. There are many who need the help of my benevolent and loving tendrils. Oh, anything to take the weight off the shoulders. Health, or happiness, or even money. Ulfsealed tried to explain money to me. It sounded depressing, but apparently people quite like it. I have a list of helpful games for you to play. You must traverse the land in search of 7 orbs! Only with orbs in hand, when the warrior is high in the night sky, can you wish? I kid, they're right here. Only complete those that make you feel the most buoyant. I'll handle the rest. Let us see what you make of my little games. The best games are ones that others don't know they're playing. Makes for much more bubbly responses when they discover the joyful tricks we played on them.
Oh boy. Tell me this was just go around and throw pies at people.
I don't know. Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still streaming. Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep while doing this shit. I gotta catch fish. Well, Miss Freya, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being straight and to the point. Not like some of the other folk who chat me up and think like they're actually interested in the stream. Alright, I gotta go kill Daedroth here, and I gotta kill Daedroth in Vardenfell. Where can I find Daedroth in Vardenfell? Mr. Doof?
It's probably somewhere around there. In Warrenville.
I appreciate the offer, but I've made up my mind to take care of it myself.
Same old people peddling their wares?
Yes. Actually, I thought about asking you to do it since you're the one who took art and took some art and whatnot in school. I'm gonna be here all afternoon. I should have brought what's his name out for this. Yeah, and I can hear the sounds of everybody ragging on me right now for not emptying that fishing hole. But I don't have time for that right now.
Yes. Hello. What are you doing out in the middle of nowhere? Going for a walk? This one often walks. Around here, I mean. Nervous? Me? Ha! Do not make this one laugh. Hollins here is just horrible.
Well, doesn't seem like he got run off by frickin' Daedra.
I'm with you.
I mean, to be fair, I could just load to Imp City and call it a day, but... I'm assuming the fiery area was probably where Daedra would hang out.
You've met your match. I'm with you, my friend.
Wait. Oh, I figured that wouldn't count.
You've got the reins.
Good quality there.
Well? Ah, a fellow outsider in this inhospitable scratch.
You don't want to do this!
Why is there a battleground set up all the way out here in the middle of nowhere?
I'm with you. A knight never yields!
For the 80th time, help is on the way. I've received assurances from House Rhetoric. They will handle this trouble in time. For the 80th time, help is on the way. I've received assurances.
Well, I've found my way through a bunch of freaking waste shrines by the time this shit is done.
Where are we going?
Wherever we are, I have no idea. And clearly I'm supposed to like find a delve or something where Daedra like to hang out. Wait. The Prince of Corruption is a Daedric prince, isn't he?
I don't know.
Well, where you find Worm Cult, you'll find Daedra, alright?
Looking forward to seeing what you make with that.
I hope.
Move! Now! Aid me!
Send Arceus safely to your rest. We're still standing. Be proud of that.
Makes me wonder if I should just clear out this delve while I'm here. Love it when that breaks.
Circle around!
If the right things are going, I will not finish this thing anytime soon.
You were brave to tread here. I was brave once myself. How I miss the thrill of living. I have grown tired of fighting this thirst. Though it shames me, I can no longer feed off skeevers and scavengers. If I must consume mortal lives, they will not be those of the innocent. I merely cling to what's left of who I was. I am a lingering shame on my family and my order, but I cannot abandon that life. Here, perhaps, I'll find the means to reclaim it. An end to this curse, once and for all. I may be at the mercy of Molag Bal, but I will slake my thirst on his servants until my voice is heard. And if they deliver me to Cold Harbor for eternal torment, at least I will no longer be this. I don't expect mercy from a Daedric prince, but I can think of no worse fate than this.
Your prowess was befitting a knight. Well done.
Alright, well now I gotta find the sky shards since I found the boss. Nice. How much sooner until she can start throwing one more level and Isabel can start throwing ultimates.
And that's the end of that tale. What adventures?
Thank God. I'll finally have my first companion able to throw ultimates. And then I won't be, and then I'll stop using her for a moment. Don't you love when games make you grind for an amazing item, but then you have nothing to use said amazing item on?
Most impressive, not Ulfsild. I will ensure the mortals I have in mind are aided by your buoyant deeds. In the meantime, let us talk about your proper trial, and another mortal altogether. I try to stay buoyant, I do. If we are to brush the ground, it should be for good reason. A father breathes his last in Vardenfell at a clinic in the town of Suron. He has regrets to resolve before his soul becomes untethered and drifts away. Your cleverness almost reaches that of Ulfseeld, not Ulfseeld. His soul has splintered into 3 parts. While my tendrils can hold him here for a time, a dark spirit seeks to claim him. That is why we must move quickly, with the help of your knight.
I remember this now.
With her portals, you and the knight can flow with the wind. We'll need that to help this man. Ask her to come speak to me. I will make her float with knowledge, and you can prepare for your journey. Soar suspended by your good intentions, not Ulfseeld. The clinic is in the town of Suron on the Isle of Ardenfell. The night will be an effervescent addition to your trial. I just know it.
Knight, you have an aptitude for magic. Perhaps you just have not found the right teacher.
You sound like my mother. I know enough magic to get by, it's just not my focus. The crow has warmed up to me, which is great. But now she wants to start tutoring me. It's like I'm back at my mother's home again. How goes your trial with an etch? Me? Of course. From chasing illusionary squirrels to luminary trials? It's been quite a day. Do you know why it wants me to tag along? I suppose when a magical being asks you to help out, you help out. This will be an interesting story to tell my parents when I head home for New Life Fest. See you when I catch up, adventurer.
Father, I got here as soon as I could. Please, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, my love. He's very weak.
Are you a healer with the clinic? Please, we came as soon as we heard. I need my father to know I made the journey. The way I last spoke to him, it can't be the last time. It can't. I never wanted him to pass from this world alone. I grew up thinking nothing could kill my father. He was a soldier and later a mercenary. Tough as they come. So when he wrote to me about this illness, I knew it was serious. We haven't spoken in years. He expected me to follow in his footsteps. I tried, but it's one thing to hold a sword and another thing to use it. I have the heart of a historian. I'm not made for battle. The last words between us were so bitter. I wanted to make amends. I don't know. The clinic says he's beyond their help. If I could just speak to him one more time, put our bitterness behind us and ease his passing. But it's too late. My father is in his final moments and has no idea I'm even here.
Alec, Malvina, hello. It must be a surprise to see me.
Nalia? What are you doing here?
I'll fill you in shortly. We're here to help. A friend, can I have a word? I had no idea Alec's father was even sick. We're old friends, so I'm eager to help however we can. Did the Netch explain how I'm going to help you? Back to where we began with portals? That sounds like the Netch. Apparently you're not the only one being tested here. Alec's father, Yehones, is still alive. But his soul is splintered and drifting across the face of Nirn. Yes. Any other time, I'd be annoyed. Portals are all the guild things I'm good for. But this is important. I'll remain here, divine where you're headed next, and open pathways as you go. It gave me some kind of mystical ink that will help us out. That's what the Netch said. Something about the ink snarling my tendrils with the wayward soul fragments. This is why I didn't stay with spellwork. If you're ready, wish me luck, and let's get started.
Nalia, please. Is there anything you and your friend can do?
I just want him to know I'm here.
One moment, Alec. This ink is... it's working. You're headed to Dragon Bridge. Walk with Magnus.
Excuse me a moment. All right. Geronimo!
First mission. My first brush with death. The Reach folk had us on the run. I was so far from home and certain I'd die alone.
Oh yeah, Allie, we should mark our calendars for next Saturday.
Why? What's happening next Saturday?
Battlefield 6 open beta.
Oh, I really hope it's not gonna be like the Battlefield 2042 open beta.
Well, one way to find out, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully the beta's gonna be free.
It's an open beta, so I would expect it to be.
If they decide, if it's not, then we already know that game's gonna be a flop.
Not necessarily, it just means EA is still EA.
I don't think I've ever heard of any company charging people to play a beta. But I wouldn't put it past EA just thinking make that change and be the first ones to do it.
Well, I could picture EA forcing you to pre-order in order to get access to the beta.
It's just basically the same as being forced to pay to play it.
I fought with everything I had. My wife was at home by herself. She told me she had news for me when I returned. I needed to know what it was.
All free.
I'm at the end, aren't I? Dragon Bridge. My blood warmed the icy water. I should have died that day. Yeah, maybe I did. Mariel, Blackberry Mead, Border Watch, Alec, my life's pride. Were all those warm memories just the dreams of a dying young soldier? Alec? Yes. This is where I learned of Alec. Near death. Perhaps nearer than I am now. I remember tendrils cradling, lifting me to the water's edge. My wounds closing, pain easing. A voice that was joyous, clear. That I had to live for my son. I feared I'd never live to meet him. I was just glad I wouldn't die alone. But when I woke later, no one was there. When next I saw my wife, she handed me her child, a boy, my Alec. Where is he?
Loftily done! Nalia, the next portal, if you please. To Border Watch Ruins you go!
The day I found Alec was joined with the soldier in the assignment. that wooden swordsman. I convinced myself that he would aspire to be like me.
I didn't think you'd get more powerful.
It was here at Border Watch that I was given command so many years ago. I sent for my son, urging him to enlist. We would defend these walls together. And he arrived, only to hand in his blade. Alec had such a love of history. I thought he'd relish the chance to stand with the soldiers that made it. I wanted to fight side by side with my son. Wanted that life so badly. Handing me his blade felt like he'd run it through my heart. I told him he'd be a failure, that he'd come crawling back. What loving father does that? Divines. What possessed me to say such things?
Only one remaining not all sealed. Nalia, a portal to Blightbog Sump, please.
Wait, Mr. Doof, you said next weekend, like this coming, like tomorrow, or next week?
The 9th. Today's the 1st.
Yeah. Okay.
My final mission. My wife, long gone. My son estranged and beyond my reach. I was alone. Soldier's worst nightmare.
Protect us from harm.
My final venture as a man of the sword. I resigned my station and took to mercenary work. I had tracked a bounty to these ruins filled with traps and monsters. I was lost, injured. I fell and the torch went out. I was alone. So alone. I saw a shape in the darkness, looming like a storm cloud. Tendrils swaddled me like a babe. I did not fight as they held me close, set me on my feet. And I heard that laughing voice from all those years before. It told me of Alec's life, his wife, his work as a respected historian. Alec was happy, and I was happy to hear it. I left these ruins, but I didn't have the courage to write my son until I fell ill. And then it was too late to make amends.
Well done, not Ulfield. Nalia will see you back to Suron, when father and son reunite.
Father, it's Alec. I'm here. Just be still.
My boy, I have much to say after coming so far. Just let me catch my breath.
He can hear me. He knows I'm here. My father doesn't have to pass from this world alone. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know how to thank you. What did you do? Growing up, he was all I had. Mother passed when I was young. We regretted what we said to each other, but the years got away from us. What do I do? How can I make up for all these years we've missed together?
You know, I suppose you heard about Battlefield 6 though?
What?
They're supposedly trying to keep it closer toward the good old days of 3 and 4.
Counter knife! No? Okay.
I don't know, but we'll see if they actually do good or if they just fuck up.
Oh, I'm not holding my breath.
I'll try to tell him everything. My time as a historian, meeting my wife, Malvina, everything. I'm just so relieved to hear his voice again. You and Nalia have given me a memory to last the rest of my life. Thank you, stranger.
Alec, my life's pride. I'm so sorry. Those things I said to you. I wish I could take it all back.
I know, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't give you the chance to make amends.
Shh, my boy. We're together now. That's all that matters.
We've done all we can here. Let's head back to the Scalarium and speak with you-know-who. Don't know about you, but that really took it out of me. I'll meet you back at the Scalarium, all right? I'll say goodbye to my friends and probably take the long way back. I'm too exhausted to summon another portal right now.
What a marvelous game we just played! And you did it without my lithe and stylish tendrils. Even I must admit, I could not have done it better. What a delicious trick! Returning his father just in time! Grief is heavy, not good for floating. Regret, that's even worse. Alec and his father were trapped beneath all that weight. And now, they are both just a little lighter. Now you're getting it. The best tricks are the ones nobody sees coming. A twist of fate, a bubble of hope, a glorious multi-limbed embrace. Seeing people happy is all for my own gratification. Selfish, I know, but I've been called worse. Absolutely. Consider my trial passed. I'll summon up my sigil, and you can take it back to the altar. It is time for you to scribe up your own clever tricks. Just remember to stay light, stay breezy, keep yourself as netchy as you can. My sigil. Use it to amplify the altar and seek to better the world through your scribing. Be sure to thank Nadia, and don't be a stranger, or I'll find an excuse to start wandering the Scholarium again.
There you are. I just got back myself. About to power up the altar again, are you? Don't let me stand in your way.
Mr. Doof, are you with us?
No.
What skin is this?
Crown crate.
Ah.
Thank you. It means a lot that we could help Alec find some closure. I'm not sure he would have ever forgiven himself if we hadn't been there today. I wonder if Ulfsild ever faced a personal trial like this when she met the Luminaries the first time. I guess we just have to do what we can when we can and hope for the best. Oh, Magnus, did the Netch teach us a lesson? The Netch acted like it was another trick, but I felt for some time like my magic has stagnated. It was really hard. But it was kind of a joy to really challenge myself. Still think I'll stick to swords and shields, though. I feel the same way. Just look at all the lives you made brighter. The altar is another wing stronger, and we reunited a man and his son for one final day together. The Netch's antics were kind of moving. All because of you, my friend.
Alright, Twitch. I've got 2 more doors to go, which means 1 more episode to go. I'm tired, so I'm just gonna cut this farewell short. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and tell your friends. This has been Alloway, signing off.